Well, every Friday for the past few months, we've been giving you some tips on how to get fit and stay that way.
About a month ago, I told you how I was starting a new way of eating, focusing more on a plant-based diet. My own reading and research have clearly been showing me that a diet rich in dark, leafy greens and raw vegetables really does a body good.
And it surprised me how many people are turning to certain foods as their powerful weapon in the fight against cancer and My problem, like many of us, is how do you survive on a plant-based diet without getting bored to death? After all, a salad for breakfast, lunch, and dinner doesn't sound too appealing. So you might remember last month I invited a chef from the good food store in town to show me what can be done with plant-based cooking. I have to admit, one example of a soy-based Sloppy Joe's recipe nearly fooled me. It's almost fat-free, totally plant-based, and is loaded with flavor. Then 2 weeks ago, I checked out a potluck at the public library, an array of foods that are solely plant-based and dairy-free.
Because you do get used to meat and potatoes, and it's hard to imagine what else is out there if you haven't been exposed to it.
Plant-based eating is like one of the best ways to ward off diseases.
I have to say the Zincado soup and Indian curry were two of my favorites, which were recipes taken from this book. A wealth of information for those of you who might be overweight and sick and tired of being sick and tired. It not only gives great and very different recipes, but it explains simply the way our bodies respond to food and how to make food work best for us. It's risky changing the way many of us approach food, but as many scientists like the ones in this book are now finding, sometimes that change is one of the only bridges between a healthy life and one that is not.
If you'd like to get more ideas on how your body responds to food, which foods nourish the body, which foods poison it, you can read the accompanying book, The pH Miracle by Dr. Robert Young. It's found at many bookstores. You can also go onto our website, kttc.com, for links to the doctor's website. We will also provide links to Vigor, our own local group that follows the plant-based diet. And I have to say, I read The pH Miracle by Dr. Robert Young, and his wife wrote this cookbook. I couldn't put the books down. Very fascinating, very interesting reads.